They used to say that the only things assured in life are death and taxes. Well, let's add auto insurance to that list, since almost all U.S. states require auto insurance. Let's look into some car insurance weird on today's episode of 5 Weird Things. Welcome to the channel. I was in my 20s when California made car insurance mandatory. This was pre-social media, so the outrage was kind of muted, but nobody was happy about it. Worst car insurance company I ever used was Fremont Indemnity. They're out of business now, but back in the day, they had horrible customer service, tended to double charge, and once refused to pay a simple claim for me. I'm glad they're gone. Now, what company was your worst experience? Let me know down in the comments. Let's see some details. All right, let's get into it. First, the things we should all know. What is car insurance? Car insurance is effectively a contract between yourself and an insurance company in which you agree to pay premiums in exchange for protection against financial losses stemming from an accident or other damage to the vehicle. In a crude sense, the insurance company is a casino, and you're betting against them that you won't have an accident. Basic gambling sense, folks. Never bet against the house. Weird thing number 5. Some states don't require insurance. Now, while New Hampshire doesn't mandate auto insurance, drivers are still required to demonstrate the ability to cover costs in case of an accident. This can be done through either insurance or by posting a cash or security bond. In Virginia, drivers have the option to pay an uninsured motor vehicle fee to drive uninsured legally. This fee doesn't provide any insurance coverage, but allows drivers to meet the financial responsibility requirement. While auto insurance is not mandated by law in those states, high percentages of drivers still carry auto insurance. Weird thing number 4. What does minimum liability cover anyway? Bodily injury liability coverage, and this coverage pays for injuries that you, as the at-fault driver, caused to others in the accident. It includes medical expenses, lost wages, pain and suffering, and legal expenses. The coverage is typically expressed as 2 limits, per person and the maximum amount per accident. So the per person limit, the maximum amount the insurance will pay for injuries to a single person in the other vehicle. The per accident limit, the maximum total amount the insurance will pay for all injuries in a single accident. For example, if your policy has limits of $25,000, $50,000, it means the insurance will pay up to $25,000 per person injured, but no more than $50,000 for all injuries in a single accident. The other part of it is property damage liability coverage. This coverage pays for damage to the other party's property, such as their vehicle and any other structures like a fence or a building involved in the accident. Similar to bodily injury liability, property damage liability coverage is expressed as a single limit for each accident. For example, if your policy has a property damage limit of $20,000, means the insurance company will pay up to $20,000 for property damage caused by the covered accident. Weird thing number 3. Car insurance fraud. Well, one of the reasons car insurance costs so much is largely due to car insurance fraud. Auto insurance fraud can take various forms, including staged accidents, exaggerated claims, false information. In staged accidents, fraudsters intentionally cause collisions to make fraudulent claims. Exaggerated claims involve inflating the extent of damage or injuries to claim higher compensation. Providing false information, such as inaccurate details about the accident, or the extent of pre-existing damage is another form of fraud. Auto insurance fraud contributes to the overall cost of insurance for everyone. When insurance companies pay out fraudulent claims, they pass on these costs to policyholders through increased premiums. Inflated claims and staged accidents can lead to much higher costs for insurers, impacting the rates paid by honest drivers. Auto insurance fraud is illegal, and those caught engaging in fraudulent activities can face serious legal consequences. Penalties may include fines, imprisonment, and restitution to the insurance company. In addition to legal consequences, individuals involved in fraud may find it challenging to obtain insurance in the future, and their driving records could be adversely affected. Weird thing number 2. 3 things that affect your insurance costs. There are a number of things that go into making your auto insurance cost what it does, and some of them don't have anything to do with your car or your driving record. Many people don't realize that their credit scores can influence their car insurance premiums. Insurers often use credit information as a factor in calculating rates, with the belief that individuals with higher credit scores are likely to be responsible and less prone to filing claims. Keeping a good credit history can help lower your insurance premiums. Your occupation can affect your car insurance rates. Some professions are associated with lower risk, leading to lower premiums. For example, individuals in certain white-collar professions may receive lower rates compared to those in higher-risk occupations. It's not just your driving history that insurers consider, they also evaluate various factors, including what you do for a living. While many factors influence insurance rates, having a higher level of education can sometimes lead to discounts on your car insurance premiums. Insurers may offer discounts for individuals with advanced degrees, as statistical data suggests that higher education is associated with a lower risk of accidents. And finally, weird thing number 1. Why does auto insurance cost so much? Now, there are a huge amount of factors that go into the cost of auto insurance. Some of it's obvious, some of them isn't, and some of them you didn't realize how big a deal they were. Here's just a few. Half of each insurance premium goes towards administrative costs rather than coverage. And that may help explain why some auto insurers charge so much more than others. The type of car you drive impacts how much you'll pay in premiums. That's because insurance companies look at things like how likely your vehicle is to be stolen, how large the engine is, the safety record of your specific vehicle, cost of repairs, and the potential damage a vehicle like yours can impose on another car. And all insurers write about 22% of their business for high-risk drivers. So those drivers' recklessness just drives up the premiums for the rest of us. Well, that's it for today's episode. Hope you liked it. I learned a couple things I didn't know before, and sometimes not knowing, that's the weird for me. Got an opinion? Put it down in the comments. And today's code word is no fault. Put that in the comments just to appease the insurance gods. Take care. Have a great night.